local trains, not for passenger trains, I think.
All right. Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So tell me, Kunal, how would you like today's session to be? Would you like to tell me something about yourself, or would you directly want to go into the session that's planned for us?
Okay. If
I'm
so,
sorry.
as you know, my name is Kunal.
Okay, sure.
My name is Kunal, and I'm from West Bengal. I have completed my graduation in the field of computer science engineering
All
last year in
right.
the month of May. And currently, I am looking for a job. And for the past 1 year, I have been practicing my spoken English
Okay.
because I had some issues with it, and now I'm pretty confident. And that was about my education qualifications. And if you want to know something about my hobbies, I am glad to share it. But let's
All
keep it
right.
short and simple.
Nice, nice, good. All right. Is there something else that you want to know about me, or we can go into the session?
Yeah, you can share if you want to share something like where are you from and what are your
Well,
hobbies.
I'm from Kerala. I was born in Kerala, brought up in the Middle East, and then from then it went a lot of places. I did my bachelor's in Bangalore, master's in Chhattisgarh, got married to a guy from Orissa. I've been all over the place for some time. And then
Okay.
I worked in Hyderabad for a while, now in Chennai. So yeah, I like
Oh my
teaching.
God.
I like talking to people. Yeah, I've been in and around India for a while now. And yeah, one thing I enjoy is talking to people. And
Mm.
English is a language I have been interested in from the time I was a kid. It's something my parents encouraged me to do. And yeah, I have taken this as a career too. So that's it about me. And anything else, we'll see as the session goes by. Yeah?
Okay, great, great.
All right. This is your 105th session, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, absolutely correct.
So, that being the case, do you see any change in yourself from your first session till your last? Like, that's something I would like to know.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen a drastic change in my confidence in the way I speak, and uh, credit goes to my teachers who have taught me what mistakes I was making and whatever I am because of the tutors on this platform.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, we can be using you as an advertisement for all I know. But then, okay, great. Now, tell me, let's go into the session today. And what is normal in your country but not elsewhere, right? So that is what we have for today. And I don't know if you went through it, but one thing I used to tell before was for people who have crossed 90 or 100 sessions, I would suggest like not to go through the lesson at all and be as impromptu as possible, because if you
Yes.
have gone through these, you already know the questions that are going to come,
Mm.
right? So have you gone through this session for today?
Actually, actually, from a very long time, after my 10th session or my 20th session, I stopped looking at the session notes because of the
That's
same
amazing.
reason that you just mentioned, so that my thoughts are impromptu and spontaneous,
Right.
and because it eventually will help me train my mind to frame sentences quickly and in an effective way. So that's
Good,
the
good,
whole
good.
point of not going through the
Great.
session notes.
That's nice. And after that, if you go through it, you can get to know the vocabulary that you can use later. All of that will help you. But for now, what you've been doing from the past, I don't know, 90 sessions, it's been amazing. All right. So, what are some things that are common in your country, but others would find it odd? Now, it can be anything that you're talking about. I'll give you a clue. Um, for example, pressure cookers to cook. That's an
Mhm.
example, right? Other than that, tell me anything else that maybe you've got friends abroad or people that you know about. Maybe you know about the customs and the cultures that they have and what we
Okay.
have, especially with Instagram and all. Let's not even get started. Right? So tell me.
I think when a foreigner comes to my country, like India, so the first cultural shock they get is that where people here eat with their bare hands and not with
Yes.
spoons and forks. So
Yeah.
it's very hard for them to get a hold of this concept where people are eating with their hands. I don't know, for some reason they don't find it uh, hygienic, but we don't have any problem with it. So that's one point. That, and then obviously the traffic, because in foreign countries it's very well maintained and people are very disciplined. There's no such concept of encroachment that people encroach their shops on the road and it becomes very
Yes.
congested. So it's a
True.
this is also a very big point that they come across. And what would be some other points? I can't think of any right now.
All right, I'll give you clues
Yeah,
because well,
these two are the first things that or first cultural shock that they get when they arrive to India.
true. Littering, animals on the road, unreserved waiting list seats on public transport. Some things you can think about.
Yes, public transport is late in India. It's not very, people don't get angry when their train is late for 2 hours. But I've heard that in foreign countries, if it's late, then the person who is in charge of the whole operation is like held by the higher authorities, and it doesn't happen again. Something of that sort.
And what about trains reserved for women? What do you have to say about that?
That trains reserved the whole train or just a compartment?
That the compartments. I don't think that's there abroad. Is it there?
In
Here,
India,
as
in
far as
India also it's there, but I don't know about foreign countries. In India, it's
so,
only for local trains, not for passenger trains, I think.
all right. And what do you have to say about that? Like, you think it's fair that people get that? Even in metros, you have some ladies' compartment only. In some
Yeah, it's fair,
metros,
I
they
think.
have that.
Yes, I think it's fair because sometimes women feel uncomfortable, so they need a separate space. I think it's okay. I don't have
Okay.
a problem with it.
And what about living with parents all their life? Like, I'm sure people abroad, they're like, they find it really strange, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. After marriage, right?
even
Yes,
after
so
marriage, yes.
I am not married, so I can't relate to it. But I've heard that people in America or in foreign countries have the concept of nuclear families, where they do not stay with their families. And in India also, it has taken a lot of traction
It has,
about.
but then, if I'm not wrong, by the age of 18, I'm sure people are
Mm,
kicked out of their families abroad. They're like, you don't have a place in our house anymore, right?
mm,
Just come, get your thing done. You get your own vehicle, and you start living by yourself. And they don't have the concept of meeting regularly either. And here, until and unless you're married, you don't have a say in things. So how do you
mm.
think about all of that in our culture?
So I think the culture is there. Everybody has a different opinion on it. I think that it's in India, parents are very concerned, not like in foreign countries. Like in Hindi, they say "mo maya," so they are
Yeah,
over concerned. And I think that foreign countries are doing a good job by sending them out of their homes so that they can understand the real world and they can stand up on their own feet. I feel personally that that's the good way so that people are not so that we are not spoon fed everything.
true. That's nice. And the
But
concept of joint family.
when it comes to meeting, you should at least meet them once in a while. I feel that.
And that, if I'm not wrong, people abroad, they have to consult, take an appointment, and then go meet their parents or their children on
Oh
a
my God,
weekly.
they have to
Yes,
take an
that is what
appointment
I've heard.
like a doctor.
Yes. That is what I've heard, and I have felt that
Yeah.
really strange because here we barge into a best friend's house without telling them that we are coming there,
Absolutely.
right? But there,
We will just arrive at the door and then we will let them know.
exactly, that's we are here, but there that is not even allowed. All right, what about the concept of joint families? What do you think will
So you're
happen if you tell?
telling that it's not allowed. You mean that the parents get very angry over there?
You have to call and tell them that we are coming over at this time. Will you be free?
Okay.
That is a
Okay.
custom that they follow over there, which
Okay.
I found it really absurd. I was like, how could you do that with your own parents? But that is
Mm.
common, by the way.
And
So
so do the parents say no, this is not a good time, don't come today?
they even parents have dates for themselves. Like we are out
Okay.
on a date at this day, so you will not be able to come. You will not meet us at this time. You can meet us from this
Okay.
day to this day. So
Oh my
they
God.
have all those sorts of things, and I'm like, for that reason, I don't think the West is all that great. I think we are more
Mhm.
open-minded that way. I'm not even saying that
Yes, we are. Yeah,
ironic, but I do feel that.
yeah, that's a good point. That in that aspect, we are more open-minded than them.
Right? And what do you have to say about joint families? What do you think foreigners think about joint families?
I don't know what foreigners think about joint family, but as I've heard from you that they are not comfortable with it.
Yeah, they are not. But then, you know how I have a feeling they will think of us as or consider us aliens if we tell them that we have a tradition of living with our parents, our grandparents, and our great grandparents, maybe
Mm.
at the same house at the same time. They'll, I think, even lose it if we tell them
Mm.
that we have such things happening. At least for us, once, at least summer vacation, winter vacation, we have the habit of going to our ancestral home, being with them, spending time with them. I doubt how much they'll be able to accept
But
that.
now the concept of a joint family is going down in India, I think,
It is, it is, it is. But again, for vacations, I'm
because of
sure
the
you go
Western
back.
influence.
That
Because
is
of the
true. That
Western
is true.
influence.
Yeah. But I am loving the conversation I'm having with you, but I'm also realizing that we don't have much time, 2 minutes left. And we have a lot more to go, but it's fine. That being said, Kunal, I am glad that you are here and this conversation is going on. But tell me, do you talk to your friends and to your family members and all of them in English too?
Yes, I talked with them, but as I said that I was when I started my journey on Clapping, I was a very introverted person. I was
Uh-huh.
an introvert. I was very shy. So I at least I would say that I have reached 30% out of that shell. I would say I have a long way to
Wow.
go still.
Yeah, cool, amazing.
I
The
just
more
uh,
people,
I just don't have the ability to do small talk and engaging with strangers like spontaneously.
all right. So randomly going and asking somebody like, how are you? How is your life? How
Mm,
is day going? That is all not your cup of tea.
no.
A lot of people have that. That's completely fine. And I'm sure people who are, sure about the language, even they have problems doing that. I'm a
Mm,
teacher and I have problems doing that with my own students sometimes. So
okay.
it's completely normal. That is not a big deal. But as long as you make yourself comfortable around the language, you're good to go. And I'm sure you have heard about mirror talk.
Yes, I have heard about mirror talk.
And how often do you practice that?
I don't practice mirror talk, but I practice talking with myself.
Talking to yourself. That is amazing. I can understand that you do that because of the way you have been talking to me till now. That's pretty obvious that you do that. Like,
Okay.
it's coming automatically, and that is cool. But when I talk about mirror talk, I tell some people mirror talk because they're not confident in themselves. But for you, I would say look at yourself in the eye when you talk in the mirror because that will improve a lot of confidence in you. From
Okay.
that 30%, we can go to 60, and from there to 90, and then we're good to go, right? Obviously, there'll be place to improve wherever we are. That's not the point. But here, the more mirror talk you do, the more you're going to improve your confidence. Your fluency, you're good to go. Your
Okay.
vocabulary is great, right? I can see that you're working on that too.
Yes,
All of
I
that
am.
is good. A little bit more confidence, and you will not need clapping go again.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, yeah. So it was nice talking to you. Thank you, and have a good time.
Yeah, same here. It was nice talking to you as well. Good night.
All right. Good night.